here, and it's been like a month since a page of the diary. I said, y'all, that I wasn't going to commit to like one set recording date and time and all that stuff, but I promised that I would not just up and go permanently. And y'all can see I've also got the fresh ish haircut as I got it last week, so I'm a little bit more camera presentable, mainly because I we had a weekend with the me and the missus and I had a weekend, so um, a little revitalized. And I'll tell that story in probably a couple of weeks. We got some catching up to do, y'all. Got some catching up to do. So the title she saw, she threw it 15 times, which is an understatement. It's actually more than that, believe it or not. So I know y'all like she. So if y'all don't know, got so married, okay, got three kids, three. Oldest, middle, and our youngest one is shoot. She's about to be she's going on 6 months. Golly. Anyway, so our youngest of three, the little baby, the girl, okay, newest edition, got sick. It would have probably been a few weeks ago, okay, like sick. So my wife took her. She was taking her sister back home, and I guess she was like projectile vomiting in the car multiple times, about four times I think in the truck on the way back. That was just the start of a very long series of events, y'all. So, I'll kind of finish this. I'll go through the story here, the shorter version of it. But it was an event. Now, why am I sharing this with y'all in the first place? Because what I want to get from, if you're not a parent, like being a parent is very humbling. It is a very humbling thing, and it because if you've not realized, like at some point, it, parenthood is going to make you realize that you don't matter anymore. Like you still matter, but you're just not the priority. And it can be hard for everybody. And I can only speak as a guy because, again, we don't have that experience of carrying the baby. So our connection is a little different, right? Like we connect later as the baby gets here, so we have to connect through that interaction. Um, so that's how we kind of develop some of those realities, right? So yeah, you realize again, like, hey, like it's it's you it they are surviving via your struggle, right? So whatever you're going through is leading to them being able to survive and thrive. Okay, so getting back to the experience because it's kind of this kind of proves it, right? Just shows it. So again, she throws up about four times. She comes back. They get back home. Wife's concerned, and so kind of talking through what we do. She still throws up. So I'm like, all right, well, let's call the nurse over at Kaiser, right? So if we got Kaiser as a health insurance provider. If you don't know about that, it's pretty much just like it's more this corporate kind of technological savvy, larger health provider. And so we call them up like we normally do, and they call them up and they get all the details and you get on them and they have to, you call the nurse, think the nurse knows something. The nurse usually just they give you kind of good answer. Sometimes, most of the time, the nurse gives you an answer that I expect them to give. They usually then have to go, talk to the doctor, which gives the like unexpected answer. Okay, sometimes. So the doctor says, yeah, they pretty much told the nurse like, yeah, tell us, say, hey, well, give her some time. If she can't keep it down, then then call us back. So give her some time. For a short amount of time, give her something. She throws up again. We're just like, all right, well, guess we going. And so at that point in time, and if y'all don't know, we have multiple kids. You have to divide and conquer, right? So at that point, it's like, all right, well, who's staying and who's going? And of course, me, I'm like, man, I got stuff to do, got work to do. I'll go. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll raise my hand. Because I think the other kids also had stuff going on. I don't remember. feel like I think my wife was tired. Like I just figured I'll do it. I'll take it. I can handle it. I can shoulder it. Okay. So we go. Me and the little one go. And we go sit in the ER or urgent care. Sorry, urgent care, not ER. Go through. They take us back. She's still throwing up, y'all. Like we're in the waiting area. She's still throwing up, and they didn't like rush us back. And I'm like, man, how many times does a kid have to throw up before there's nothing left for this child to throw up? Now, I've had food poisoning before. Bad. And I remember I got to the point where I didn't have anything left to throw up. And I'm a big dude. I eat a lot. There wasn't anything left after probably like the first like several throw ups, right? This girl was still going. I'm thinking to myself, like, what Jay, like what is left? There's nothing left. Like there can't even be bile left, and that's being zero. That can't be anything left in there. But the girl was still throwing up. Goodness. And then why can't they get us in the back? I don't see anybody's bleeding. No, nobody's heart's bleeding. I don't. You know, no. we're urgent care. Nobody's dying, right? Like, why can't I take my baby in the back? Anyway, they finally get us back there because my wife called. Shout out to her. And said, hey, baby's dehydrated, like not safe. They need to be in the back. So let us back there. Finally, get back there. She's still throwing up. So fast forward. They take some tests. Can't figure out what's wrong. Say, hey, we're just gonna give her some IV fluids. And then we got some other tests that we can't run here. So here, I want you to sit around. We're gonna be sitting around waiting for the results, and then hey, by the way, in the morning you may need to go to the hospital. Maybe. So we had to sit in urgent care all night. Now, while this happens, this is where the humbling part starts. And now we'll kind of wrap this up here. Is I started to get sick as I was laying there with her in the emergency room. Of course, she's fussing. She got to hold her. She won't let you put her down. It was the only way she was gonna sleep. Bless her heart. I don't know how she was sleeping, but she still did as I hold her because daddy's arms are magical. Just a fact. Okay, they're like they're a sleeping pill for the baby. Like they love it. Boom, sleep. Put it down. Wait, like it's just how that works. Okay. Anyway, I started to get sick while I was laying there. I could feel it, right? Started to get the chills, started to feel nauseous, started to just my leg was also I also like pulled a groin too. Like so that was uncomfortable. There was a lot going on. I felt like I was gonna throw up. I was on because again, after we had been laying there all night long, they then, and in the morning, like 6 something, 7 o'clock in the morning, say, hey, you need to go over to Children's Hospital, which distance wise, probably only about 20 miles, but had to go into DC, which if you don't know, DC is the capital of the United States, is a humongous city, and the traffic is about as good as a dog taking a crap on your carpet. Okay, it's that great. It's an amazing experience. Okay, so I had to drive. Mind you, I'd been up all night. I had kind of maybe dozed in and out of sleep for maybe a total 45 minutes or something like that. But I had been up at this point for almost a day. Mind you, I'd been up the night before, the late getting work done. So I was pretty tired. So there's that, the whole trying to stay awake while driving kind of thing. Also, we only had one vehicle at the moment because the car was in the shop. So not like my wife could come sub in for me right at that moment in time. And yeah, I wanted to throw up on the way to the hospital. Many times when I said, well, am I going to have to pull this thing over and just yak in the road? Now, I say all that to say, right now, I was miserable, y'all. Like, I didn't feel good at all. Even though I felt horrible, you had to suck it up because the priority was making sure that baby girl was taken care of, right? And so it's easy in that moment of suck to just be like, look, I'm tired of this. Uh, I'm like I want to give in. I want to quit this. Like, where's my white flag? Like, who's gonna save me? No, when nobody there to save me, nobody there to give me anything. My wife eventually came because, bless her heart, came and reprieved me because I've been up for over 24 hours at this point in time. Like midday at the hospital the next day. After I've been waiting there, I think maybe till 3 or 4 o'clock, I was there and had to drive home somehow awake, game home late, fever, all that stuff. But even through all that, even though I felt like straight dog crap, still hung out, still took care, still made sure the baby was good. And that's what really mattered, okay, was the kids. So parenthood is humbling. It's a humbling thing. And again, if you're not a parent, you plan on being one, you'll learn this. It's humbling, but also strengthens you. It means there's gonna be some time where, again, your dream, your goal, whatever you try and get done, that's the priority. And sometimes you got to put yourself on the back burner and put everything into that thing. Because, again, when your kids are involved, don't matter how tired you are, you stay awake. When your kids are involved, no matter how sick you are, you keep walking. No matter how run down you are, you keep running. And so sometimes you're gonna have days like that where it's something that you want to get done for something or someone that you love. You gotta stick in there and just humble yourself and push yourself through it. All right. So hopefully that was useful. Again, that's the page of the diary. Um, Let me know what y'all think. Let me know if y'all have had similar experiences. Share your stories down below. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. See you on the next one. And yeah, she did actually throw up over 15 times by the time I had left the hospital. Okay, I think it was about six. It was either 16 or 18. I think what I ended up counting by the end of it. So yeah, legit. She'd actually threw up that many times. No lie. All right. So appreciate y'all. See y'all soon. And as usual, treat each day as a building block to a better future. Peace.